So it's been 5 months since I started my eating disorder recovery, and I have not relapsed. Yeah! I'm feeling pretty proud of myself, to be honest with you. I have come a long way in a very short time, and I'm having a better relationship with food already, if you can believe it. But I do have my ups, I have my downs, I have my bad body image days, I have weight gain. Before starting my recovery, the thing that scared me most about jumping into recovery was fear of gaining weight. I think that's everyone's number one fear. But I just worked 18 years to have this slim, trim body like you see in the movies, which, I mean, movie stars. Don't you think they struggle like us with trying to keep their same shape, their same size for whatever director is behind the camera that says they have to be that way? Ah! And we're the lucky ones. We don't have anybody telling us that directly. Okay, so I've done quite a few challenges on myself. My recovery coach has challenged me to do a couple things and make a couple changes, and I've gone to the Minnesota State Fair, which is like the biggest state fair, the second biggest, I think second to Texas, but everything, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. Almost everybody goes. Everything is fried and everything is on a stick, and I have lived 18 years in fear of the Minnesota State Fair. So you know what I did? I told my husband that we were going to go to the state fair on a date, and we're going to eat all the things. And it terrified me. But I also was very, very, very excited, like real excited. I'm like, what new thing am I going to try today? How daring am I gonna be? Like, right? Like, we go to the ice cream shop down the road, like we walk to it with my family, and it's the most fun. And before it would always, you know, my daughter would ask, hey, can we go get some ice cream at the ice cream shop? Can we walk to ice cream? And I was always like dreading it, because I'm like, oh, am I just gonna sit there and watch everybody eat ice cream because I don't allow myself to have ice cream? Or I'll just get the sorbet because fat. What a stupid excuse. I get the waffle cone, like the big waffle cone, and I try really, really hard to finish it. It's not always easy, but when the ice cream is good, no problems. I feel like the thing that has helped me most is eating my fear foods. Eating the things that scare the heck out of me, eating the things that I didn't allow myself to have on a regular basis, what I would consider a treat, you know, once a month maybe. I ate so many carbs and so much fat at the state fair that I'm not mad. I'm not mad at all, as it was all delicious. I had mini donuts, I had french fries, I had another donut that was the size of my head. I had a wine slushie that was sangria. It was amazing. And I had a vegan corn dog, and I had like it was called a poultrygeist. It was like Texas toast with fried vegan chicken and then like the most glorious gravy I have ever tasted. It was heaven in a dish. It was so good. And then I went and got a second slushie. And then I was a little bit buzzed and it felt kind of good, not gonna lie. First, allowing myself to have liquid calories, or empty calories as we would say in diet culture. I was hesitant to like walk up to the line to get my wine slushie. But I was like, no, I want this wine slushie. And once I started drinking it, I was so happy with my decision. And then the rest of the day, truly, Scout's honor, whatever, I kept on craving that wine slushie all day. So I had a second one. But let me tell you something that's really cool that's happening, and it's something very new to me, but it's pretty cool. When I had the donut the size of my head, I started eating this donut. The first bite was so glorious. I did like this happy dance. You know when something is good when I do a dance. But as I was eating this donut, like my first couple of bites, I was like walking and looking at things, and my husband was looking for something to eat, and then we found a bench. We sat down at the bench. I'm like, I really want to enjoy this donut to its fullest potential. I need to sit down. So we sat on a bench and people watched, and I got through like half of the donut and I started thinking, is this still good? Does this still taste good to me? Because it's starting to taste like too sweet, too rich, too much. And I had a few more bites and I decided, oh no, I'm done. I'm done. This doesn't taste good anymore. I have no desire to finish this. And I felt so guilty about that because I hate wasting food. I asked my husband if he would finish it. He said, He had deep fried olives, green olives or something nasty. Ugh. But I threw like a little portion of the donut away. Don't come for me in the comments for wasting food. But the cool thing is that that's intuitive eating. That's eating till you are satisfied. I was satisfied with that donut. But did I need those last 2-3 bites? I didn't. My stomach was done. My taste buds were satisfied in every way, shape, and form. And like I just got this sense of, I don't want any more of this. It just doesn't taste good anymore. And I wasn't hungry for like a couple more hours, which really sucked because there was so much food to be had. I'm still getting used to this way of intuitive eating, and it's been really hard for me to get to that fully satiated point, especially like breakfast, lunch, because I'm so used to making so much of, you know, like a sandwich and then like a couple carrots on the side or a salad on the side or something. And I'll eat all of it and I'll be like, I really have no desire to make any more food, even though I could probably eat more. I'm just tired. Like I would just quit because I was tired. I was tired of eating. I was tired of being everything for everybody. And so after the state fair, I just had like a whole week of craving everything. And I've been dealing with a lot of grief lately. This time of year is a time of year where I tend to emotionally eat everything. I'm grieving the loss of my child that died in 2012. And this is the time of year that she was alive, that she was still with me. And the memories, August, September, October are just the hardest months. And I usually gain a ton of weight. I usually stop fitting in my jeans. I usually start hating my body and hating myself. And I'm finding that I'm still grieving in that way. I turn to food. And so I asked my coach, I'm like, what is the deal? This week I want everything. Everything that I don't have in my house, I want all the time. And she asked me, do you feel like you're getting to the satiated, like I'm full, I'm done eating point in your meals? And I told her, yeah, I don't think so. Like my breakfast is usually like a shake. Sometimes if I want something crunchy, I'll make a piece of peanut butter toast to eat with it. But I'm usually so busy in the morning that I just don't have the time. I kind of do the same thing at lunchtime. Like I make a plate full of food, but do I feel like I've gotten to that point of the donut where I just don't want it anymore? Because that's what satiation is. And I realized by talking to her that I just wasn't eating enough. I still wasn't eating enough. I still wasn't satisfying what my body was asking for. And the only difference with dinner is that I usually have a variety of foods. Like I'll have something like a vegan burger or whatever, and then some sweet potato fries and some steamed green beans or corn on the cob or whatever. So that I have a variety of foods, not just like a sandwich. And after dinner, every single night, I have a chunk of dark chocolate because I love chocolate and I can't live a day without it. And after that dark chocolate, like that little taste of sweetness and chocolate that just makes me happy, I feel satisfied. But that's the only time of day that I feel like I couldn't eat just everything and anything. And so she's given me this challenge to, Becky, what if when you make lunch you have your sandwich, and I really love pretzels, like those pretzel thin cracker things. She's like, what if you put a huge handful of pretzels on your plate? What if you put 2 cookies on that plate? And that's your meal. What if you put everything on the plate that you're craving, that you want? Something sweet, something salty, something savory. And once I started doing that, I started getting to that satiated point. And I think I'm still learning it because I've found that it does take me a lot more than a plate of food to get to that point. But it feels really, really good to be satiated. And I had never felt what that felt like before because I never eaten enough in one sitting. Because after I am full with intuitive eating, I can actually go about my day and do things without thinking about food all the time. It's pretty freeing. As far as my weight gain, I have no idea how much weight I've gained. Why? Because I smashed my scale a long time ago. Was it back in like July or something? I smashed my scale and said goodbye to her for good. And I have not stepped on a single scale, not even at the doctor's office. Let me teach you a trick. So when you go to the doctor's office, when you go for a physical, when you go for, you're feeling sick or you injure yourself or whatever, every time you go to the doctor, the nurse asks you to step on the scale and let's weigh you, let's take your temperature, so I thought that weighing at the doctor's office was like a requirement. Like, you couldn't go and see the doctor without stepping on a scale. But here's something you might not know that I did not know. You don't have to step on the scale at the doctor's office. I have been to the doctor, I think, 3 times since I smashed my scale. And every single time that the nurse asked me to step on the scale, I say, actually, I don't weigh myself anymore. And she didn't say another word. She just picked up her things and took me to the room, the exam room. Every single time, all I had to say was, I don't step on scales anymore. This was 3 different nurses, 3 different doctors. They never questioned me. They just picked up their things and they took me to my room. I was prepared for them to say something like, oh, but we do need to weigh you. A doctor wants to do a weight. I say, well, you know what? I'm dealing with some eating disorder stuff, and I made a promise to myself that I wouldn't step on the scale. If she still needs you to step on the scale for whatever reason, step on the scale and just to ask her not to tell you what the weight is. Don't look at the number. Just don't. I don't understand why we need to do that every time we go to the doctor. I don't understand. A doctor should be able to look at you and tell if you're obese or not. That's how I feel about it. And in my mind and experience and knowledge of BMI charts, they're wrong. They're not actually created to tell us whether we're obese or normal or underweight or overweight. It's the stupidest thing in the world. Anyway, that's how I feel about that. So how do I know I've gained some weight? Well, I can feel it. I can feel it. I can put on my jean shorts and tops and bras and everything else in my wardrobe, and I can tell. You know, my jean shorts that I got at the beginning of summer, I'm just a little bit bloaty. But here's the thing. I have fallen in love with oversized everything. It's like a new love that I've discovered. Extra large sweatshirts and extra large t-shirts and really big sweatpants, and I kind of am excited for once for the colder months because I can wear all the baggy things, and I've kind of stopped caring. Because the freedom that I feel when I don't think about food all day, that in itself is worth it for me. At this point in my life, I just want to be joyful. I want to be happy. I want to feel free, and I want to feel comfortable. Why do we need to wear tight jeans and tight leggings and tight shirts? Why? I say throw them out. Speaking of throwing out clothes, I have a task that I am, basically it's like a promise for myself. When I take out my winter clothes in, I don't know, a couple weeks, it's what, September 6th or something? Score, I got it, September 6th. In a few weeks, when the summer heat has gone to colder days, I will be taking out my winter clothes. The heavy sweaters, the long sleeve things, the jeans, the pants, everything. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try on every single thing before I put it on a hanger in my closet. And if I do not feel comfortable in it, if I feel like things are too tight, if I think Gosh, this is just uncomfortable. I hate this material, how it clings to me. I hate, whatever. If I don't love it, if I don't think I'll wear it more than one day, I'm going to donate it or sell it or I don't know what, depending on what kind of shape it's in. I want a smaller wardrobe where I have less time to think of what I'm going to wear for the day, and I don't want to wear clothes that are uncomfortable and tight. I just don't. And since having this mindset of like, why don't I wear clothes that feel comfortable? It can still look cute, but comfort is number one. I have been able to go into the bathroom and walk straight by my mirror and not stop and lift up my shirt to see if I have flat abs yet. I've been looking in the mirror less and less and less. And yeah, I have some really bad body image days. It's usually during my period. But I'm trying so hard to accept my body. And it's taking a long time, and I predict that it will take longer than a year, longer than 2 years. It'll probably take the rest of my life to actually feel more and more confident in my own skin. I'm just ready to be happy and let go of these heavy, icky, tight clothes. So on the days where my body image is just complete crap and I'm feeling bad about myself and I'm looking at myself in the mirror a lot and picking myself apart, because I still have those days, I just take a step back and I think about what would make me feel good right now. Like what do I need? Do I need food? Have I even eaten yet today? Are my hormones out of whack? Am I getting my period? Have I worked out today? Have I moved my body? More often than not, it's been because I haven't eaten enough. I haven't been outside today. I haven't breathed in some fresh oxygen from the trees. Like, just take a step back. Just be gentle on yourself and open a book or turn on a favorite TV show. Like, go for a walk, eat a bagel. Like, those are my go-tos on days where my body image is just not great. 5 months, and that is how my recovery is going. I'm super proud of me. My coach is super proud of me. My husband is very proud of me. I'm starting to feel more free. I'm starting to feel more joyful, and I hope that you can challenge yourself. If eating disorder stuff, disordered eating, body image, if that is something that you struggle with, challenge yourself. Push yourself out of your comfort zone and eat something that you really want. Or fill up your plate again and again and again until you're actually full. Until you can't even have, like, another bite just disgusts you. That's my challenge for you. So if you haven't already, please subscribe and click that ding-a-ling bell notification bell. That's what it's called. Notification bell. Don't forget to like this video if it was helpful to you, if it inspired you in any way, and share it with your friends that need a little extra love on themselves. So I will see you all in the next video. Go spread some happy. Bye.